What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Apple? Is it its expensive products? Is it the $2 billion that it's worth now? How did it get there? What did it take? Who was involved? Well, behind all the amount of success it has achieved, there was one person who always pushed the boundaries, who pushed the limits, who pushed his employees to pursue greatness, to find love in what they to pursue love, pursue loving what they what to pursue what they love doing the most. Excuse me. His name was Steve Jobs. Despite his many adversities, he was able to persevere in life and in his tech come up. It wasn't all gold at the beginning for Steve. He first started off in Reeds College in Oregon, but there he ended up dropping out of college. He felt like that the curriculum wasn't for him, and he took a typography class. He felt like he didn't fit in the educational system. And later on, he quoted saying that dropping out of college was one of the best decisions he made. And I quote, "You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect the dots looking backwards." In that moment, Steve didn't realize why he had dropped out. He just realized that he was exploring new things in his life and that he was looking for what he loved doing the most, what he loved doing the best. And that was innovating, constantly looking for new things to explore, to wrap his mind around. He wasn't trying to fit in like everybody else. He was trying to be unique and think outside the box. Well, it all started for Apple in a home garage back in Palo Alto with his buddy named Steve Wozniak. And there, they were able to design the first Macintosh. Wozniak was a bit skeptical about Steve, but Steve was visionary, and he always told Wozniak that he was going to be able to sell these products and that these were going to be the future, and so many homes were going to be filled with these computers. At the moment, everybody was laughing. Nobody had hope like Steve Jobs. But in spite of all those things, he kept believing in himself, believing that he will and he would accomplish the great things, and making sure that these products got to every household in the nation. Well, there, simultaneously, in those moments when Steve and Wozniak were designing these products in their garage, he took a trip into Palo Alto in a office building where there was a company called Xerox, which was a printing machine company. There they had a group of engineers that were designing the next big thing. However, Xerox wasn't focused on developing the next big thing. They had developed already the new computer. But instead, Xerox, they wanted to continue printing, and they wanted to continue selling printers. However, Steve saw this as an opportunity to go and gain some knowledge of the group of engineers that had designed the next big thing, which was technically now the modern day computer. It had a mouse, it had a keyboard, and it had an interface screen. And Steve took it as a great opportunity for him to push this vision that he had behind into the new era of the tech industry in San Francisco and across the nation. Once there, he was able to find his success and sell these products across all America, and he became a millionaire. But he was unable to manage his business, and therefore he was fired from Apple shortly thereafter, a few years of tasting success. But that didn't stop Steve. He created the company called Next, where he developed a software. And at the same time as he was developing this new software, Apple was failing miserably. It was like a love and hate relationship that they needed each other. And so they asked Steve to come back, and Steve sold his software company to Apple, and Apple was able to sell again these products and rise to the top. In this next project that Steve had built, he also developed Pixar, the first computing movie development software. And as you may all recognize and remember, Toy Story was one of his big products that he was able to sell out there because of Next, the software company. And that also propelled Steve to the top and made him a billionaire. Well, these were the learning curves that Steve had to go through and experience to get to where he had to get. And without those learning curves, Steve would have never been able to succeed in life. He says, sometimes life is going to hit you in the head with a brick, but don't lose faith. Steve had faith in what he had created. Steve had faith in what he had done. And he wasn't going to give up at all. He knew that what he was doing was going to end up revolutionizing the world. And he accomplished it. Now, I encourage you to pursue what you love doing the most, and to persevere until you succeed like Steve. Thank you.